Okay, now over to the Kismet for the enemy. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna re-show all the previous enemy stuff, which is basically the crowd-based stuff, and it's all stuff that I showed originally when I showed implementing my enemies in very early videos. I'm not gonna re-show any of that stuff really, because that's still pretty much the same. Um, I'll actually just start with okay, so I've got obviously my skeletal mesh for my character, and then I've got the sword as a static mesh, and I'll show how I make use of that just now. So firstly on the character, actually I'll need to open the anim set for that. Okay, so on the attack animation, um, to be able to read the read the attack in and do some uh, do some effects and stuff, or the actual attack on the player. I use a Kismet notify, and pretty much just go into the notifies, and you click on this little blue thing and you add a Kismet notify. Um, so anim notify Kismet, and you get this, and you just give it a name, and that's pretty much that. And you just can shift it into whatever position, like wherever. So mine is just where the animation is about to happen, and the reason why it's not up front there is because I fire a projectile, and so the projectile gets time to just fly forward a little bit, and then when the animation goes through, it's just a timing thing. And I just did it by trial and error until I found where it worked perfectly, and that's where I placed it. So um, that's pretty much that for the attack there. I'll just also mention the anim tree, which mummy soldier anim tree. You know, I didn't really do anything to it. I all I really did, because if anybody have seen my previous videos, would know that I've been using a placeholder enemy, for for a long time, and I pretty much just went and replaced the animations there. I did not change anything else on the anim tree. Um, Took out the other thing I had for the ponytail on that, but yeah, so the anim tree is pretty much the same stuff. Um, and then yeah, so like I mentioned, the sword is a static mesh, which I actually attach into the enemy, into his hand, and let me actually just show that I've got a bone on the hand, which I don't know if we'll be able to see them. So there's a bone there, the mummy sword, and I use a socket there, right? So that's just for the sword placement, and that's obviously rotated. The bone and stuff is already obviously done in max properly, so when you attach the sword, it just sits perfectly with it, in the palm of the hand. Um, and Let me actually jump over to max quick. So it's pretty much actually won't see it in this file. Let me open the T-pose there. So there's the bone already oriented properly for the sword, just to stick on that. I've made it not movable. Let's try that again, right? And the exact same thing will happen in the UDK when I attach the sword to the hand. Okay, so the reason why I actually put a socket there is because that's just the way it works. uh, the um, the attachment is done in um, game crowd, attachments. So in the archetype for the enemy, you've got these now. I don't actually use these because I actually have my anim tree do the work instead of having the stuff in here. So, but the attachment here is very useful. So here you go, socket name. So I can't use a bone, so I had to go and add a socket as well, and then just drop the static mesh in there, and that's it. That'll put it in the enemy's hand when they spawn in. Um, I think I think actually I'm gonna show the Kismet stuff over in the next video. I don't want these videos to become too long, so that was pretty much just the the setup that's needed for um, you know, just really quickly, uh, you know, the the Kismet thing, so I can actually call the event for when the guy attacks the player, and attaching the sword to the hand. Yeah, okay, so in the next video I'll show the actual Kismet stuff that goes along with this.